Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
Sir, what is it to become the trial in the Condium MSB staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial will end here prematurely.
Ha! Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut.
I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for the trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Condium Embassy staff member? And the murders of the Faraday of Mr. L. What an outrageous circus has all become. The Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naive. An outrageous circus, right, sir. I grow weary on the topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa, you'll come and watch my Corum debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for? I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of the Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection.
Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I were competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a real rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, would you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. Then, you're all allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We may have to make sure we become We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate person, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Franziska, see it to it I'm not disturbed. Same for the results of your competition. Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Franziska, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on the scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wish.
I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation here, Miles Edgeworth.
I know I don't have information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved in this case. It wasn't me, I tell you. I didn't do anything wrong. Yes, I understand, so let's just calm down, okay, buddy? I doubt I'll get anything useful for the detective while he's agitated. Miss Yu.
Oh, it's you, Edgeworth, and who are you? Wait, you were the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Franziska von Karma, and I am about to become a successor to the stumble right there. And I'm about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means that for now, you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are.
Why are you whipping me?
Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting.
I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you.
Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that, to ask of you.
What exactly is so funny?
Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere.
Apparently they failed to teach your proper behavior at a crime scene in law school.
Feel much better now. So what is it you want to talk about?
I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder.
We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself.
You were with Detective Bad. Why?
We had a little something to discuss, that's all.
So I take it you are acquainted with Detective Bad.
Yeah, he was a detective in charge of the KG-8 incident.
Detective Bad is also related to that incident?
That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I have heard the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, monsieur? The victim of the case, CCU, was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some salt in his wounded pride and every time I see him.
The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday. I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes.
I see. He did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation. I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claim that at the time of the murder you were Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers really discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. And after that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked.
And what did you talk with Detective Bad about?
Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more.
Bloody, when she's not laughing her mouth, she's been nothing but insults.
Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in the defendant lobby number 1 when the murder occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2.
I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct?
Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence with KG-8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up.
You made it up?
Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there's no footage of him sneaking into the Kodopian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right.
I see. So the defense lawyer is actually just some ho's job is to cover for criminals.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us von Karmas. I don't believe it, you're serious. Why did you save that face for something really worth serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright?
For that you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer?
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever, so don't you dare suggest I was going to.
I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about the character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them.
Requests from companies?
The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know? Huh. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives. You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Grr.
Franziska, be careful about who you're with. Choose carefully or maybe sued by...
There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That was hilarious, little missy. Huh, of course it was.
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pen give them the light?
And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I had to say I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely the digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it into public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it away too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief.
Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I got all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Detective Gumshoe. Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ouch!
As am I.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective. I really didn't. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, Detective. Once the investigation is fully over and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right. Hey, pal. Go do your investigation and get the real cut for me, will you? I would have done so even if I had no request to meet Detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you two make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bat the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because of my very first day as a detective. I reported in my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I always wind up going to my old classroom.
All pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere school child. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so and from whom? Earlier at 3:20, and from Detective Bad Pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope, not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look what you're carrying on your personage.
Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so you know. And what is the open envelopes I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Hands off, pal!
Just show it to us already!
Ow! An annual bonus check within $5 total, except there is no check inside. You've had your luck, now give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back.
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
How could you? I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait, since he became a suspect, there's one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Also, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not this testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Are we talking about the alibi? You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yep, not even a single ant passed through the hall while I was on duty. You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making your life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh, but it's true. I didn't see anyone go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. So he intends to continue telling his ridiculous lie. But why would he do so given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant's lobby is in order. Ah, you! Ugh.
How could you have not noticed that coming?
Ugh. Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Thanks! That's exactly what I wanted.
Kids can sometimes be so cruel.
It looks like she dropped something.
Swiss rolls.
Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. I believe I asked all that I need to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge.
We have to confirm who's correct, the judge or that squirrel face, right? I suppose we should check the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next.
I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Franziska? So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're the new prosecutor, Mr. Von Karma recommend, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Franziska von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Von Karma. My tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just...
Please feel free to refer to as Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edward is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh-ho. Very well, then I shall call you Miss Von Karma, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements.
It would appear that the vending machine sells snacks and various other foods.
Just lovely. What will they think of next?
Don't be a jerk and call like these beef jerks. 1 packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay natural as the Swiss do the end with these for $6. They're awfully overpriced.
The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from the machine.
I was wondering about that myself. Credit card taken.
Well, I assume it means the end of the trial.
I suppose that means that one should eat these during the recess.
You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose only time you can eat now.
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all.
We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
If you want, we can pull out money and buy a pack together.
If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it.
Are we really gonna look for all that? Wait, why were we given this? Swiss roast over the girl says courthouse special on it. Courthouse special Swiss rolls. Is this being sold somewhere on the premises?
I don't recall seeing a restaurant or any sort of this courthouse.
Somehow doubt you'll find junk food like this on a restaurant menu, Francisco.
Well then, where do they sell these things, huh?
Oh. I was just thinking about this stuff right here. Alright. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Alright, do you suspect me of something? No, nothing but sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Let's see here, now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going to the restroom, that detective got to, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machine buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe it, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime.
The judges in this country seem rather friendly.
Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Let's go through.
Objection!
Objection!
Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about.
Hey, how about doing some actual work?
I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. You're getting into the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself, plus I still hold investigation authority. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday, that guy was just accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instincts told me.
A lot of good it did. Couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Hold it!
Francisco, I think you need to apologize.
I'm sorry.
I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told him to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad. And that he dragged Rail off to the lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt then. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big log to stand guard outside. And around what time did all that take place? Let's see, I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once.
Oh, and how can you make such a claim?
Huh. One of the guards out in this floor main lobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to?
That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected.
You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defended lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big log who was just walking around in the hallway and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies, in that order.
That makes sense. You discovered the crime scene, right?
Yeah, I guess it does, little miss.
I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve or else.
You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss.
You wouldn't dare.
Just joking. Detective Bad is really something he can make Francisco behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Doesn't matter which one? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again. I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So you heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste.
Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of the door, doing nothing.
I get the sense that he is somewhat investigating this crime scene, or rather that he's keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask you that you cooperate with us just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place.
Fine then, be obstinate. We'll do as we please. Come on, Miles.
You may no longer be willing to help us, however, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer? Nope, not just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir. I guess we all blah blah. As if that we're missing is hiding right in the caption somewhere. So we really have to investigate all this stuff or what? Because I haven't yet to see anything that looks suspicious. Yeah, there's something I just saw right now. Go back down. Oh, what's this? What is this? A pink colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact there is a litterer running it loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable.
It's not like I was the one who littered.
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin.
Go down. The dirt on this bench, it smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there's someone going around dirtying the courthouse for
Hold
shame.
it!
Calm down, Franziska. Now take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints on the person who sold the bench.
I see, and then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob.
You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out whose handprint belongs to? Sir, yes sir. I got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer.
And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench.
Sentai, you and I will be using this information in very different ways.
What are these black speckles?
I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Oh, that detective. He claims that he's not a single ant slipped by him, and yet here's a whole hill of them.
What are you hitting me for?
As a replacement for that pathetic detective.
Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating.
By the looks of sweet smell of pieces of cake and chocolate from the Swiss roll.
Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times.
It wasn't me that dropped food on the ground.
The courthouse must be kept clean.
So that window on the other side belongs to the man's restroom.
I can't see it.
At your height, I'm not surprised. I guess short people have feelings too. The ants are hard work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size.
But if you want to carry the mighty Von Karman name and not be squished under it, you better work extra hard just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Franziska.
What's the matter?
I pricked myself on these cactus needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit by a head one of these? And this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
I literally think so. I believe this cactus still sitting on this windowsill is completely related. How?
Oh, well then I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it's related.
Pink beach trash found in the hallway. Made of rubber. That's right. These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from the Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why could the courthouse sell a thing like that?
It may not seem like a right venue, however it is being sold right over there.
The vending machine? Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. 2 for $6. Talk about expensive. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found on the hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I? Detective Gunshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate his roll. As he ate, he dropped it on the floor and he sullied the bench. How could he have not cleaned up himself? How utterly despicable. Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made this mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gunshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction? Where? I think another look at special Korea's vending machine is in order. That's the $5 bill.
Eureka!
About Detective Gunshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't have any single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If this bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. The detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? Let's try this. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. We did. I believe this is a piece of pop balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. Oh, I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here. Well, I do too. Alright, Francisco, would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, do you know? We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to retest your witness testimony to see how it stands up. Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even you, a judge? Are you nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma? Silence in the courtroom, silence in the... I say. Mr. New Prosecutor, recommended by Manfred Von and changed prosecutor success to Manfred Von Karma. You bit your tongue again, didn't you? As a defender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want. Very well then. Your testimony if you please. What I saw at recess. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There is a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw a detective buying something from the vending machine. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. Detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds very suspicious to me. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh. I'm so used to simply listening to testimony that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. During recess, I went to the restroom. There is the window hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. He
disappeared, but Your Honor, didn't you just say, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machine? Why, yes, I did. The restroom window looked over the courtyard and right into the hallway. But, just as I saw about to exit, I took another look and there was no one in sight. That led me to the only solution to this mystery. The detective must have gone to the crime scene, lobby number 2 at that point. So he looked into the hallway from the restroom and the over the courtyard, did he?
Hold it!
Your Honor, I ask that you please remain calm. You're being anything but perfectly calm.
It appears that His Honor could not have been mistaken what he saw.
I suppose so, given his line of sight. However, Francisco, why do you suppose our lines of sight are so different?
If you're referring to my height.
Can't you hold the web still for a second? Now, about His Honor's testimony. I believe his line of sight to be an important factor.
If it's that important, why did you hurry up and tell him already?
I will, but there's one more thing I need to do if I'm to correct His Honor's testimony. I'm going to need to retrace Detective Gumshoe's movements.
Hold it!
Are you sure that the present you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restroom. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with the kind of hairstyle and big beige coat. Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw. What? Preposterous! My eyes are sharp as can be, ready to see through the lies to the truth. Although recently things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be. Clearly, his eyes are not the only thing that have gone fuzzy. Allow me to say with all the honor and dignity of the judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw. I'ma say this.
Objection!
What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's wrong to show objection while someone is giving testimony? Huh. If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by.
Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is a real life.
This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is this filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who was the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncaught bench Solia has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh, well that's good, but who was it? We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just murder, he had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty. Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then probably sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? Huh, it is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, and around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out of the window. Ugh! I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot where the highway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then, it seems that you may have the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. Huh, do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it! Is there something of value you'd like to say? Yes, actually there is. I heard something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify in the court one more time.
Even if we overruled him, he just keeps on talking, wouldn't he?
That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in perfect investigation, right? I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. I was leaving, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. How was that? As a testimony of who the judge of crimes or others? Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time?
I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words.
Sorry, but honestly, I thought the sound was just noise popper until just now. Now that you mentioned this, right before we started the trial, you did talk about that. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point now is when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether the lines out with the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. Go. Alright. Describe more.
Hold it!
Your Honor, about what you just said. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. Bang, with the gunshot I heard. What the heck is going this? Your Honor, please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself to me. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Now then, I must gather myself, yes. When I heard the gunshot, there was no one in the hall. I should know. I looked. There was no one there. This judge's emotion circuits appear to be stuck on overreact.
At this point, nothing stands out to me as a contradiction in his testimony.
Franziska, if I'm correct, this testimony is hardly precision quality.
I know that, and that's why I said at this point.
I think my first line of attack will be to draw more information from His Honor. I know, I was thinking that too.
Hold it!
If something does, forget it, I don't need to hear it. Forget to mention it. Okay. But it's such an important piece of testimony. I suppose it was possible you can't see a super.
Hold it!
As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway? After I called for a recess, I handed a change of prosecutor paperwork. In about 20 minutes until we reconvened. Yes, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What were you expecting? I demand to know what the all-knowing smile is for. Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Let's see, I looked into the hallway about 20 minutes before we reconvened. He heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again.
Hold it!
20 minutes before we reconvened. Very well, what did you do after that? Let's see, I had to make some preparations, so I rushed straight back to the courtroom. I also had to track down a few pieces of paper for various bailiffs, so I rushed back to the courtroom despite having just heard a gunshot. At the time, I thought it was just the sound of a noise popper. I really couldn't think of any other explanation than someone having a birthday party. But now that has happened, I see. Thinking back, the judge did mention something to effect when we reconvene. I looked into the hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. I mean, I was going to use that as the bang part.
Objection!
Your Honor, I cannot allow you to make an objection. What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Cats, I've been overruled. Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. What do you mean by that? You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor, recommended by Manfred von Instead of biting your tongue, why did you bite your... I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Franziska.
Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back.
With your height, you need a step ladder or 4 to accomplish that. Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet, I'll have you know. I can still hear just fine, and I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Your Honor, I have an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad, and according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. What did you say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be. Unfortunately, this is the truth. But I heard it clear as day. Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot. The sound of the gunshot. We kept returning to this point of contention. And the piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what the gunshot that Judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier. What is that pink substance? It may not look it, but this is actually a piece of balloon. I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon in the court record? Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at the time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by that real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot. What manner of trickery is this?
That was a good effort you put it forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified.
Can't you elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins? Well, to be honest, I did think the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot. But who would have guessed that someone would have popped a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse.
I want to trade these coins with you.
That's it? That balloon that girl was holding, it explains everything. Your Honor, if I ever make mistakes you're feeling better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for this accuracy. Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gotcha a very big apology. I will see to myself that he is released. Wait. There are still a few things I have yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. But why? I thought we just cleared his name. Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issue pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Very well, bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courthouse. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. I saw this coming. What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it. I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe.
No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that.
No. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of all that. Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgment, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part. Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime. I guess so. What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like to testify as the actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember you are not on trial. This is all part of the time of the investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony... Ow!
My whip will eject loud and clear.
If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood? I gotcha, pal. Thinking back at the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. If he can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. I came down here on this courthouse on Detective Bat's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on, until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. On my honor as detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. We pressed on that one.
He's still singing the same tired tune.
In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying in time I pulled the information I need out of him. He's literally just sitting on the freaking... It would be this one.
Hold it!
You claim to have been in the hallway the whole time. However, is it not fact that you did something while you were in the hallway? Of course I did something. I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else? Very well then, and what exactly does guarding the door entail? Well, to put it simply... Oh, I know. It was my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch. Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? You got it, pal. I didn't take a single step away from that door, just like I was ordered not to. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we all are in shock in all of your utter stupidity.
Scruffy, if you're gonna lie, at least tell us more believable one.
Ouch! But I'm not lying. I should hurry up and bring this stupid testimony to a close. So we just do this.
Objection!
I have an objection. What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey, it's one of those things. The courthouse special Swiss rolls, right, pal? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the Sully hallway bench. Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know what you can go around dirtying up the courthouse like this.
You inconsiderate son of a pig.
Aaron! I promise to clean it up later, I swear. Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move from even a single step from the front of the door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls?
Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from front of the door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands?
Ouch! It appears that Francisca's whip can do more damage than my words alone can. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating at the job, so I didn't want to say anything. Well, fortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm lying. That's all I'm sorry for, you got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. That last statement, it may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Huh? Of course not. I've got nothing else to hide, pal.
Objection!
Only if you were that true, detective. But it's true, pal. I swear there's nothing else. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Remind me again, pal.
The vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for 6 a pack.
And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Oh. Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with proper explanation to that? Yeah, I told you, I bought it myself, pal. There wasn't anyone else in the hallway with me, so there's no one that could have helped me buy it. Wait, don't tell me. You got some kind of proof that there was someone else in the hallway, don't you? Correct. As if you could, I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do? Of course I do. What? How? What proof do I have that it must have been someone else in the hallway?
Take that!
What the heck is that? Wait, what? Why do we get... What? We're supposed to go for a perfect run. The Swiss roll? I went for the balloon just because it's there, but do we go for this?
Take that!
I'm done. Hey, you showed that to me 2 seconds ago, pal. I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls. Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it, you thief! I would never do such a thing. Oh, you lies are the same. You start as thieves, you're under arrest, pal. I believe you meant to assert that all thieves start out as liars. In that case, what does that say about you, detective? Ah. This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. Oh, there were 2 rolls in the package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you? No, wait, pal. You got it all wrong. I ate both of them. It would appear that we caught you at last. Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to that girl. It would appear that they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow?
I have a name. It's Kay.
Kay what?
Kay Faraday.
Faraday. Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter?
I'm not a you. I'm Kay.
Kay, you know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do.
Well, then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister.
Gumby. My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe.
What a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Right! Bro. Now then, Kay.
Hiss! She's like a stray cat.
I wonder if I should feed her something.
Take that!
Okay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down.
Oh, Swiss roll.
It really belongs to you, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy.
Oh my. Your father, he's... don't you say another word, pal. She doesn't know yet.
Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I heard the guards talking about how Daddy, he's not here anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Okay.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna.
It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself, who was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into fine ash at that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. Now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry? You're right. Sorry about that. Okay, here about we use this handkerchief and dry your little eyes. No, Mike! Don't blow your nose on that!
I feel better now, thanks.
Okay, are you going to be alright?
Yep, I'm already alright.
Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it.
I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers.
And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right?
Yeah, that's right. Even I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all of my promises.
You're a very brave girl, Kay.
You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made for your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry just for you. Thank you very much, lady. Ha! It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all.
It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisca is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. Okay, what kind of person was your father?
Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all bad people in the world.
So to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we are in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals.
Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to this courthouse, Daddy would buy me an absolute favorite treat, Swiss rolls.
Oh?
I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard.
I see, and what have you been working hard on?
I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made together.
Promise notebook. May I take a look inside, Kay?
Sure, okay.
Here's the exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday conveys a sense of kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father.
I'm gonna try.
Hey, Kay, so I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too.
Yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy.
Yeah, alright, cool. What is with the two of them? I am now verdict of justice, so that makes me a hero too.
Yeah, so thanks to your also heroic testimony, you almost painted the detective as a vile criminal and sent him to a jail.
I'm really sorry about that.
Gummy's not a bad man, okay?
That poor judge, he's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay?
Yeah, we're friends.
In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier?
Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway, staring really hard at the vending machine, so I said hi.
And when was this?
Before everything got crazy.
How long were the two of you together?
We were only talking about a little while, and then we went on our ways.
That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess, isn't that right? You got me.
I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister.
Very well then, Kay. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. Were you the one who bought the pack of Swiss rolls, Kay?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of money, and I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough, and I really wanted one.
Come to think of it, you didn't come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me for a change of money, correct?
Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister.
Sure. But let me ask you, even with $1, you still didn't have enough, correct?
Well, that's why.
Hey, if you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal.
Didn't I remind you you're the one already under arrest?
Ow! I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question.
I'm sorry about your roughly thing.
Yes, well, now that's positively drenching your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one.
But Daddy said, never take things from a stranger.
It's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct?
Yeah, look, see? It's right here on this page.
Never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with strangers. Alright, then I'm not giving it to you, I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me the next time we meet.
Okay, Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it's now crystal clear that you were with little K in the hallway.
I told you to stop being mean to Gummy. Miles Edgeworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve.
I beg your pardon?
You still haven't offered an explanation for why the man would lie to us.
That's, well...
Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake.
Hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay. Ah, so that's why.
So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you call yourself a perfect investigation.
His reason for lying is very simple.
What?
Here is what I believe his reason. From simple observation of the detective's action and his interaction with Kay, it's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Which piece of evidence proves Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay?
Take that!
Mr. Faraday and Kay's prowess know, but how does this explain anything?
If you could take a look at this page, it clearly is written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about the promise, he tried to cover for Kay.
What a foolishly foolish fool of foolishly fool for a fool.
Ow!
Gummy, you lied because of me, didn't you?
Because I'm your friend, Kay, that's why.
Gummy.
At long last, Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Yes, without being too high, about. Okay, I'll smell the goods. I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and snack vending machine was taunting me.
But all the cash you had on you was $5, and that was enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in the machine is 6 pack of Swiss rolls.
Yeah, but then, like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up.
I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. But I was only have $1 in coins.
So we put my $5 and her $1 together, and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together.
But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. Dan Gummy said,
Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad. But don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know?
He told me it'd be okay, and he gave me a whole roll to save and gave it to Daddy. Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate?
Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together? Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget as long as I live, pal. Anyway, I believe this belongs to you.
Oh, that's from the balloon I popped. It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up the windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you. But that balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. Because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll.
Wow, you really got me there, pal.
So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister.
So you kicked me, is that it?
You sure are a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister.
It's alright, I'm perfectly unharmed. But about the Swiss roll, would it be alright with you if I held onto it until Detective Gumshoe cleared all charges for free to go?
Yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay?
Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of this duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have been committed to double murder.
Objection!
Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime.
What do you mean?
It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Yu. I'm getting lectured on more manners by a girl with a penchant for whipping people. What? How dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, Lady. Gummy's not the bad guy. Oh, what do we have here? What is a child doing here in the courthouse? Lady, please take this child away.
Miss Callista, you. That girl is Mr. Faraday's.
I know, so what? You think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak. Nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right. However, as long as we're in agreement on this point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby to the entire time, correct?
Yeah, but
You see, isn't it obvious that it can only be the detective? He is the only person who could have gone into the lobby, number 2, at the time of the murder.
I have no counter argument to that.
Don't worry, I've already put in the necessary paper in his formal arrest.
Well, the investigation is far from over.
Oh, that's right, I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard?
I suppose it is.
Well, as someone with more experience in the law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Oh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a discipline of Von Karma. Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. So we're back to square one.
Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Dr. Gaucho will be formally charged under all the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. Like and subscribe, Sugar 6TV, and I'm signing out.